New York City is on its breaking point. You got all sorts of different protests. You got everyone super mad all the time. The city's going broke. There's massive taxes. People are very angry. You got guys in New Jersey protesting. Let's just go through some of this stuff because New York right now, it's crumbling. People are leaving. A lot of businesses can't take this anymore. The city is so chaotic with so many different big events all happening at once, all in this tiny little space called New York City. Now check this out. Park Slope residents are outraged after a possibility of a new migrant shelter opening up in the area. I don't know if you guys ever been to Park Slope, but it's actually a pretty nice area. It's very suburban-like. In fact, if you go to Park Slope, all you really see are like families of strollers and guys with golden retrievers. That's kind of like the mood of Park Slope. It's very different from the crazy hustle and bustle of New York City. I mean, the condos here go for a lot of money. Like, for example, this condo right here, 1,000 square feet, it's pretty nice. Nothing super fancy. It's not a skyscraper, but it's like $1.4 whopping million. So you get the idea that this is a very affluent neighborhood. A lot of people spend millions of dollars to live in this neighborhood. And now it might just be turned into a massive migrant camp, which many Park Slope residents are not happy at all. And for the first time, we're actually seeing a lot of pushback, a lot of fighting, a lot of protest against what the mayor is doing. Pretty much turning every single nice neighborhood in New York City into just a massive migrant shelter camp. New York City invited 200,000 people in. They basically screw themselves. Many businesses and investors are leaving. People don't want to be here anymore. And it's honestly kind of sad. Not sure what New York is going to happen in the next few weeks, but so far we're seeing a lot of protests from several different communities. They're all saying that, hey, New York, get this under control. Stop pushing this into our neighborhood. Check this out. Same thing that's happening in Harlem. Protests break out in Harlem after residents found out that New York City was about to turn one of their empty luxury buildings into a shelter for migrants. Many people are saying that why not you turn one of these empty condo buildings in Harlem into maybe a free or super cheap apartment complex for the citizens of Harlem. Harlem, if you guys don't know, is being gentrified very heavily. If you just go to Harlem and check out some of the prices, it is super expensive. Harlem used to not be a great place to live, but now they're already selling condo units that are $1 million to $5 million, right? You actually have a lot of luxury developments like these. 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,000 square feet for $1.2 million. There is heavy gentrification in Harlem. You have a lot of people in Harlem who are working class. They're being pushed out of the neighborhood. People lose their jobs in Harlem. They sleep on the streets. And people in Harlem are fed up. They're like, you could change an empty condo building to a migrant shelter, but you can't change it to satisfy and serve us. And that's why the citizens in Harlem were not taking it. Harlem residents were furious when they learned about this. And the mayor even had to visit them to calm them down. In fact, many people are very dissatisfied with the current Eric Adams administration. Check this out. There's also a lot of protests happening with the war over there in the Middle East. We also have police arresting multiple pro-Palestinian protesters as they order them to stay off the road. We also have a bunch more swarming Wall Street to protest against the New York governor. This is just a lot of craziness, guys. New York basically has every single situation, every single scenario, but it's like all happening at once, almost like a movie. So you got Park Slope guys very dissatisfied. You also have Harlem residents very dissatisfied. You also have a lot of protests here alongside with a whole another one that involves cops and also the governor. It's nonstop right now. Now, what about a little bit further outside of New York? Are there any protests? Absolutely. You also got the trucker protests with Trucker Jake talking about how many truckers are refusing to get loads. In fact, there's a lot more loads right now in New Jersey and New York than drivers. And he will be passing this information on as time goes on. And by the way, if you check out some of the videos of the New Jersey Turnpike, many of the vehicles and trucks going there are not big trucks. And there's not a lot in number either, which is really suspicious. And it does add up with what this man is saying, meaning that there's not that many truckers for the amount of loads there are. You can check out what a lot of other truckers are saying. No trucker really likes Manhattan. A lot of truckers don't like New York in general because the tolls are expensive. You probably get a speeding ticket because there's cameras and police everywhere, and it's so difficult to go in and outside of the city. Right now, many brokers are offering truck drivers an extra $2,000 to ship the load to New York City. And then we also have the whole situation going on with the toll. If you guys don't know what's going on in New Jersey to New York City Midtown, there's actually a $15 toll for everyone who goes. from Jersey to Midtown Manhattan. That's super expensive, and trucks are up to $36 just to cross the bridge. These are extremely, extremely high numbers, and many people in New Jersey are protesting this. Even the Garden State, New Jersey, is suing the MTA in New York City for something like this. New York is going broke. They're siphoning money from everywhere. And let's see what happens to New York City in the near future. But right now, New York seems to be on a breaking point right now. It's on the brink of collapse. You got all sorts of different protests. The migrant crisis. You also have big protests involving the war. You got many people dissatisfied with the current administration. It's not really looking so great for New York City. But can New York recover from this? Absolutely, if they do some drastic changes. But right now, I'm not really entirely sure. Thanks for watching, guys. Comment below, and see you later.